Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Aging Better Network and Christine Smith, the Oaks at Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Living, and Michelle Martin and Farmers. For more information on the Aging Better Network and Christine Smith, go to agingbetternetwork.com. And for more information on the Oaks at Lebanon Retirement and Assisted Living, call 541-258-7777. And finally, for more information on Michelle Martin and Farmers Insurance in Albany, Oregon, call 541-981-2616. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey everybody, I'm grooving to the music. It's Russ here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad that you're with us today on this Thursday, the 12th. I'm telling you, time is flying by. I'm telling you, June is just scooting right along already. So I'm so glad that you're here today, and what a blessing. What a blessing this community is. I'm telling you, I am so thankful and grateful every day for all of you. And so thanks for sharing time with us. Today I'm going to have on my friend Omar, and it's going to be a great discussion. Super excited for that. But before we get to that, I just want to remind you of a few things. And first of all, you saw it on there, but we are so grateful for all of our sponsors. Aging Better Network, the Oaks of Lebanon, and Farmers Insurance of Michelle Martin in Albany, Oregon. So grateful for that. Also, we're listener supported. So you can give to the, I call it a ministry. You can scan the QR code. You can enter the link that will be in the comments, and you can give any amount to the production costs of our live stream. We appreciate that. The ability to be able to do this, get the good word out, share such valuable people with you every day. I'm so thankful for that. So anyway, so glad that you're here today. You may be asking, if you're new, what is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, all about anyway? Well, let me tell you, we're about how amazing people connect. That's right. How amazing people connect. And I'm telling you, connection and community building, in my opinion, is the foundation for any good marketing plan, any good business, really any good life. So today, connect and build community. You're going to make such amazing, amazing strides because of that. That's what we do here. That's why Omar is on today. Great connections brought me to Omar through the hounds and through other things going on. So thankful to him for that. Also, I'd love for you to connect with me, russedge.com. Russedge.com is the way to connect with me today. It's got all of my information, how to reach me, how to what I do, what am I all about? What is my inspirational speaking all about? And some examples up there. What have I been going through? Even some information on my cancer journey is up there. But how to connect with me today, there's an easy link, and you can actually schedule time on my calendar to Zoom with me, and I'd love for you to do that. Also, would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube page. I keep it real simple. If you know the name of the show, you know how to get a hold of me. Marketingwithruss.live is a place to go. Marketingwithruss.live will get you directly to my YouTube page. Simple, right? My website, russhedge.com, you know my name, and YouTube, marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, you're going to make it. All right. Also, please share this out and tag your friends today. I'm telling you, people are busy. They need a reminder. So share, 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 tag your friends, let them know what's going on. That would be so, so great. And also, want to remind you my book behind me and the other books online that I've written, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my initial book will give you a life of information how to live a life of purpose, positive perspective, how to live a life on purpose and be present in all that you're doing and keep a positive mindset while you're doing it. So, love for you to get that book. And also, there's 4 other collaborative books, number 1 on Amazon, number 1 best international bestsellers. They're all available. I know it's hard to believe. They're all available at russhedge.com. That's right. But also, you can pick them up on Amazon or other online booksellers. So check that out today. Love that. Also, last but not least here, every Monday and Thursday on Marketing with Russ, we do a marketing tip of the day. And I got a good one for you today. I was just having a conversation about this with a good friend who's going to be a guest as well. And so I'm looking forward to this today. Are you ready? I am. This gets cut out, by the way, put out separately on YouTube Shorts, put out on social media, just as the marketing tip of the day. Less than a minute, and you can share that out with people. Give them just a little lift for the day, just little things that will help really get you thinking. So, all right, you ready? Okay, here we go. This is the marketing tip of the day. Use AI, but verify. Use AI, but verify. I'm telling you, it is so important to take advantage of technology, and AI is really moving and lots of things are happening. But like anything else, it can be misused. And so you need to also look to keep it personal. You need to integrate yourself within AI and use it in ways that help you, don't replace you. AI is not there to replace you, everybody. It takes humans to program that, to make that happen. Human beings and technology and information to feed to that so that they can actually create AI. But you can use it for your advantage and you can use it in a personal way, but make sure you verify and are using it for positive things and for good. So today, use AI and verify, and that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. That'll get cut out, set on separately. I am so ready to go. Omar is back there just chomping at the bit, ready to go. Hey, Omar.
Hey, hello there. Hello, Russ. I'm happy to see you on this Thursday. Beautiful.
Yes, it's so nice to see you. I'm so glad that you're here today. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited to hear all about what's going on. And so, what I would like you to do is start with something that's really, really simple. And that is, who is Omar and what in the world are you up to?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Omar, and I'm just a simple, humble guy from Arizona. And I love people. I love connecting with people from all over the world and the globe. And I've been do a couple of shows. I have like a Jeopardy quiz show called Zoompardy, where we have kids and adults there. I've been editing those. They're uploaded on my channel, YouTube, and then I also interview people. I do a podcast. Russ was on my show as well, and that's where I'm at. I work in the tech field. I have a tech support job, which I love. I also tutor and teach kids. So I'm busy, 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 but I always love to be invited, especially with Russ. He's a good friend of mine. And yeah, that's it in 30 seconds or less.
Well, that was so good. So, listen, let's expand a little bit on this. So, you love to connect with people. You're doing some podcasts and you're on air. But talk a little bit about what you really love to do for people. When people connect with Omar, how can you help them? How do you move them forward with their life and their business?
Yeah, absolutely. Mainly would be support, mental support if they need any support, or if they need any kind of business that they have, or if they have a book that they read out, maybe I'll read it with them. So any support they need, or just be a friend, right? We have so many people out there who are in need of items, who are in need of things, but who's there just to support you as a friend, right? We need somebody out there, and you need to call them, check how they're doing, right? Be that mental support. And that's what I'm usually all about. I have many connections from my phone, from LinkedIn, family, neighbors, and to check on them. That's what we need.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, as I said in the beginning, connection to community building is what it's all about. And being able to support each other and lift each other up is so, so important. And, have you always been one of those people that likes to come beside people and collaborate with them and support them? Or was it a process that got you to where you are today?
Yeah, no, actually, I've always been like this. My parents were always opening and welcoming to people, right? And so we've always had that into us from the beginning of the age. And so I remember when I was even 10, I just turned 40, I would talk to anybody in the neighborhood, my classmates, my neighbors where my parents lived at, and we back in Arkansas, and I was really open. I've always loved connecting with people at a certain age, even from 30 years ago. I still have connections and see how they are. And then I'm the kind of person who would go out and check on the person who's my neighbor. How are you? Are you doing well? Maybe bring them some food or lunch if they're a college student, kind of thing. So yeah, I've always been like this. And as I grew with the LinkedIn environment, I found that this is something that's very big. You can connect with people all over, which is something I was like, wow, I love this.
Well, you're in a great area to connect because you're in the Phoenix area, right?
Yeah.
And great sunshine, so you can get out. Great weather, right?
Exactly, absolutely. I mean, right now it's like 89 degrees. It's almost going to be it's summertime where it's hot, but it's beautiful. 300 days of sun a year. So you're always out, you're hiking. The other day I was hiking and all of a sudden it started raining, right? So it's beautiful to see the rain. If you haven't seen the rain for a while and then you come in and it's like, you smell it and then you see all this and people are walking their dogs and amazing, amazing.
Well, that's why I love Oregon, and that's why Oregon's green because of the rain. So hey, listen, you also do some live streaming and podcasting. Let's talk a little bit about that and what your topics are for your shows and the kind of people you have on. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first show I actually started, which was in 2020, which is like a game show, quiz show called Zoompardy. And I've always loved hosting and I love trivia. So I said, how can I put this together and invite people that I know from my close friends and see what happens? They enjoyed it, they liked it. And then I started to expand on LinkedIn to network with people. And a lot of them were saying, this is brilliant, we love it. And so when they were on the show, the quiz show, they learned stuff, I learned stuff while putting stuff together. And then I said, wow, I see all these people, Donald Cohen, Matt Allen, that I connected with you, Russ, and others who are doing shows. And I said, wow, I can actually get a Restream link or a StreamYard link and be able to connect and interview people, which is something I've dreamed about since I was a kid. And now you can do it in the studio or your home, right? And so I've always wanted to do that. So now I've been doing the other show called Do We Really Know Them? Knowing people from LinkedIn and who they really are in a fun way. And you would know about that because you were on the show. I just ended season 3, episode 45 with Erin Gibson and also Ingor. She was on the show. I always mispronounce her name, right?
Aaron and Inger are great friends. Yes.
Oh yeah, she mentioned. So she mentioned you in that episode too, as well. And so she's awesome. And we ended it with 2 big shots from Canada, and then some good scenes are coming up soon. I'm going to be uploading them soon. I have some people working with me on that. And then the season just ended like almost a month ago. Can you believe it? But yeah, that's what I'm all about. And then we're expanding to different things. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun meeting new people. It's a real energy getter for sure.
Well, I found that it is a great way to connect with people. It is a great way to get good value and information out there from people that, the people that really have so much value. And Aaron and Inger are 2 of them. Both of those people have been good friends for a long time. And so that's so awesome. So what kind of people are you looking for? certain types of people to be in your live streams? And also, for those people, question two here, for those people that have never done a live stream, how easy was it for you to get started with live streaming?
Oh yeah, I guess I go to so usually the people I look for are people who have energy, people who have are outgoing people. I guess I can call myself an extrovert. People who are not afraid to be on camera and
Right.
who love to joke and to show them their humor out there. You know, a lot of people like Matt Allen. He's a great guy. You know him. When we tape, he'll show up to some of my tapings and he'll throw in a humor here and there. And so I love that. You know, if we have jokes and humor, that's a good connection with people, right? And the second question, I see I'm smart. I can remember your questions. When I was doing the live streaming, of course, I was nervous the first time. So I was invited on Don Cohen's show to do a show with him live. I think March of 2023, which has been almost like over 2 years now. Can you believe that? That's amazing.
Wow.
And I was so nervous. He was like this guy who had these 30,000 followers coming in at 8 a.m. doing the live streaming show every day. And I was like, wow, we have this Omar. He does this. And I was like, wow. So after 20 minutes, I wasn't as nervous. And then I decided, wow, this is amazing. After doing a couple of shows with him, and then other people started inviting me, I think 6 months to a year later, I said, I'm going to do my own. How's it done? So I switched from Restream, then I did StreamYard. And then when I did my show, I had Matt Allen. He was the first guest. I felt comfortable, but I showed the questions for the audience. And then from there, it just came natural to me. It wasn't really, I was nervous being a guest in the beginning. Like, what is this guy going to do? What are the people gonna think? And then it's like after that, who cares what people think? It's like, are you gonna be everywhere? My parents are afraid. They're like, we're gonna be everywhere on the news. Everybody can see you. I'm like, maybe, maybe not. And so nothing really happened. And so it was just amazing, And it's not about the fame. It's more about connecting and having wonderful connections from people around the world who you have a genuine connection with, like their family, and you do work with them as if like for example Matt Allen. I went at him and I met him in person just because of his kindness. So and we talk almost every other day. So
Yeah, I love that because it gives you those great opportunities. And I love that you have so much fun. We got to have fun, and people need to realize if they really have something they want to do to reach people, it is not that hard to get a live stream started. It's not that hard because you get to be your own boss, move forward. I was blessed to work with people that had gone before me, people that gave me lots of information and helped teach me how to live stream a podcast. Was that the way it worked for you as well?
oh yeah, I mean Donald Cohen, but mainly I can say me watching all those late night shows back from the 90s and the 2000s, Johnny Carson or Jay Leno, David Letterman show. And so watching them every day inspired me. And watching also the live morning show with Regis, right? So he was a big fan of mine. I was able to see him in person. And so all those years, 10, 15 years, mentally put an effect on me in terms of, wow, I love doing this. And it was just natural. It came naturally. Some people are born with it. But the main guy who I know, Donald Cohen, from doing him, I would say he's the guy who actually inspired me to do through the LinkedIn platform, which I had no idea you could do. And he brings me on his show occasionally now. It's like I'm now his go-to. He needs me to save his show sometimes. I'm just saying, not that, but he calls me up and we do different projects together. So yeah. So I owe it a lot to Donald, and he was one of my 10 inspirational people that I had chosen when I did an episode. So amazing, amazing.
So I love the whole Zoom party. That's your game show, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'd love to bring you on if you're. So I just taped the kids' shows, 6 episodes. They're airing now on my YouTube channel, Zoompardy. And then hopefully in July, we'll be taping couples. So 2 couples who are engaged or married together versus another couple. It's a live show and it's an engaging quiz show. So it's all about couples. Could be about hearts or love or something. And then they have to know movies or stuff like that. So it's fun, and they win a gift prize as well. So can't beat that.
Yeah, That sounds like so much fun. So tell everybody, when do your shows air? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So the game shows right now are airing Mondays at 11 Eastern. Every Monday, there's four more episodes, and then that season is ending. And then in July, we'll be doing a live taping to be announced. And then the other shows. So I'm on my summer break right now. The other shows are on Sundays at 11 Eastern or noon Eastern. Sometimes I change it. And that's the Do We Really Know Them? So you can catch it on Sundays at noon Eastern. And then I'm starting a new show of people who wrote books. Usually mid-month, I'll have it once a month, Wednesday evenings, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Mountain Standard Time. And then we're gonna bring them in and just talk about their book. So I know you have a book, so maybe we'll book you in sometime in a couple of months here, and it'll be good. So I'm booked. Last month I did a PhD guy who was not a PhD guy, but he's a psychiatrist who wrote a book about mental health. And then I'm going to have somebody in a couple of weeks. And then July, somebody's booked as well. So starting new trends of different topics here and there to get people more
Yeah.
motivated. And it's just fascinating.
Oh, it sounds great. It sounds great. So, what aspirations do you have for the future besides live streaming and supporting people? What else would you like to do? Are you writing books or what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, I'm actually in the process of. So I did a show about 10 inspirational people. Glad you asked, and I'm thinking about. I did write the rough draft of it, so I'm gonna put that together to know more about me, about who are these 10 inspirational people, and why I chose them. So the rough draft is there. Plus, I have a nephew, and I said, what would be better than to have a book dedicated to my nephew? He's 2 years old, and at that age, he's very cute, and it would be nice to have some kind of a children's book or where I do the illustrations for the animals, and because he's learning the animals right now and what they sound like. And so that's a cute age. So I'm thinking about doing that in the future. And it may be more about how I got into this kind of business. So there are some things in my mind that I haven't opened up yet, but definitely the inspirational should be coming out this year sometime. I might be posting it somewhere. So it's in my mind right there. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah, well, you are such an outgoing guy, and you've been on a few other people's live streams lately or podcasts lately, haven't you?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, Donald Cohen. I'm a regular on his show. He does it Thursdays now. Who else? Let's see. I did my show, and then just doing yours recently now. But it depends. Sometimes they call me here and there. It's been kind of like maybe a couple of. Who else did I do? I did Alejandra. I just taped a episode with her. Alejandra. She's in Texas. So I did that show with her, and shout out to her. She's awesome. And she's a good friend. And she was on my show, and then she invited me to her show. Her show just aired, I think, on Monday or something. But amazing, yeah. So
Yeah.
every once in a while, I get called up into that. Yeah, I know she's a good friend of yours too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what happens a lot of times when you have guests on, you end up being on their live streams and you share and collaborate together. So, in our last few minutes here, give us a little personal side of Omar. What do you love to do in the sunshine in Phoenix? What kind of are you a sports guy? Are you what do you like to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I love biking, right? So the weather's beautiful. So I had built my own bike. I got it from eBay and I put it together. The wheels are rough sometimes because they every 6 months or so you gotta replace them, inflate them. But I love biking. Just a regular street bike, and I go around. We have lakes and all that, the sunshine. So I'll bike maybe for 30 minutes a day. So I love to be outdoors, maybe hiking when I can, when the weather isn't as bad. Spend time with friends. But I'm an outdoor person because my job is tech, right? We need to be out mentally out because it's been just you're outside, you're in front of a screen all day, right? And so having that, leaving your phone, leaving the internet, and just going out. I did that the other day, 6 hours, no internet, no phone, left it at home, went out, just viewed the screen, the scene, viewed everything. It was just beautiful. And we need that, that's what we need. So I'm a big advocate into trying to lower our internet usage only when it's needed and not use it for pleasure. So I'm trying these kind of things for the future. That's how I see myself hopefully working out well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that sounds wonderful in your area. It sounds like a great idea to get outdoors and do what you can. And Omar, listen, I tell you, you are such a great connector. What last advice would you give people? They really are trying to connect with people, but they're not sure how to do it. What would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, if, let's say for example you're on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and then you see somebody who you might want to connect to, or you might have a connection with. Maybe they're from your same culture or same background, or maybe not. Don't be afraid to just say hello, a tiny hello. You don't know where that's going to lead. It happened to me, and I've had many friends like Russ and others, over 10 friends who I close to, because that person who you connect with could be something that you can help them with in the future with everything. Maybe you need that help, maybe they need the support. So having more people can definitely help you. But so just start off with a nice hello. The worst it could be, they will not answer you, or they'll block you, which sometimes happens occasionally, like that happens. But you never know. Like the other day, I met this wonderful person. We were going to meet for 15, 20 minutes. We talked for an hour. And we thought it was going to be like, because we had so many things in common, and about my podcast, her podcast, and it was like, wow. So, and then the appointment I had, we had to postpone it because we had so much fun with that meeting. So you never know when you're gonna have that. So it's
You
amazing.
never know. You never know who you're going to click with, for sure. Well, great. Hey, listen, Omar, we need to wrap up, and I need for you to give everybody your gold nugget of the day. What do you want them to remember from our discussion today, and tell everybody how they get in touch with you?
Awesome. I've been waiting for the golden nugget. Like I've been waiting all week to be on your program. So my golden nugget would be kind to people. Don't let your anger suppress you compared to other people. Exactly. I love it. You have that on your phone. That's your phone. Or is that just and you can find me, like you have at the bottom there, Zoompardy. And then all the links is there. You can also look me up on YouTube. Do we really know them? You can also watch the podcast of Russ, who was on my show. That's where you can get me. All the information is there. I'm mainly on LinkedIn and the YouTube, and then Facebook as well. But if you search Zoompardy, you can find me there as well. And yeah, that's what it is. Awesome. I appreciate you, Russ.
That's awesome. I tell you, as we've been talking, the connection information from you has been in the comments. It's in the show notes. Everybody is clickable. You can go right to it, click on it, and you'll go directly to Omar. And I just encourage you today, if you want a good connection, somebody that will stand by your side, support you, and maybe be a chance for you to be a guest on a fun live stream podcast, you got to get in contact with Omar today. And he's such an amazing guy. So Omar, thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate you. And I'm going to go and wrap the show up, but you're such a blessing. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Appreciate you too as well. Thank you, Russ.
Well, there you go. I'm telling you, wow. I tell you, just such interesting people with so much value. You know, we all need somebody standing by our side that will support us and help us connect with others. And Omar is definitely that kind of a person. If you have trouble connecting, you need people like Omar, people that will help move you forward with connecting with others. So just want to remind you, if you want to connect with me, go to russhedge.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page at marketingwithruss.live. Thank you for sharing this out and tagging your friends. Even if you're watching on replay, it's all right. You can still share and tag your friends. You can still contact Omar. There's so many things you can still do. So please do that today. And don't forget, this also converts to audio podcast. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments and say hi. We'd appreciate that. And I'm telling you, it's been a great day. Appreciate y'all being here. And we'll be here next time. We're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing. I'll say that. Viewing and listening pleasure. There you go. And appreciate all of you being here. And until next time, have a good one. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.